Welcome to Flyp Academy, and our introductory video on Romeo and Juliet. In this video we will be covering context about the playwright and the play. William Shakespeare was a poet and playwright who wrote during the Renaissance period, and a very significant English literary figure throughout history, but most notably in the genre of Elizabethan theatre. Throughout the 1600s, the Globe Theatre was home to the Writers' Theatrical Company, which was regarded as one of the greatest in London. Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564 and died in 1616. His other notable works include A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is a comedy, and Macbeth, which is another tragedy covered in the previous videos. Romeo and Juliet was written for Shakespeare's own theatre group, named the Lord Chamberlain's Men, and accordingly the writing was designed to enhance the acting of his most skilled players, for instance adapted to Richard Burbage, who played the character of Romeo. Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most renowned plays, and it was first performed at the aptly named theatre, which was open-air and performed to a cross-class audience. This means that the play was intended to entertain individuals belonging to the entire range of the class system. The play reflects this as it contains crude and sexual jokes which would have amused lower-class citizens, as well as the refined sonnet structure for the admiration of the rich and educated class members of society. The inspiration for the story is most likely to have been William Paynter's Palace of Pleasure and Arthur Brooks' The Tragical History of Romeo and Juliet, 1562, which were based on stories of rich Italian heritage. Romeo and Juliet is a play in the genre of dramatic tragedy, which means it contains the key elements of a tragedy, which according to Aristotle were the elements of catharsis and hamartia. Catharsis can be understood as the cleansing of the audience's pent-up emotions through feeling and releasing them throughout the course of the tragedy. Hamartia means a tragic flaw in the hero of a tragedy, who is a superior creature favored by fortune in other ways, for instance by being of noble birth. The setting of Romeo and Juliet is in Verona, Italy, which strategically allowed Shakespeare to make commentary on society and the monarchy, and explore subversive themes, without being accused of treason by making the location of the play a world foreign to the one he was writing in. The play's tone is sympathetic to the young lover's misfortune, because it gives equal weighting to the power of sexual desire and everlasting love. It implies a benevolent approach to the lover's story. In any essay you write on Romeo and Juliet for your GCSE exam, you will be tested on a question focusing on its themes or characters, either intertwining the two or exploring various interpersonal conflicts. The main conflicts and themes you should be prepared to discuss are violence and the intense conflict of the warring families, the Montagues and Capulets; love and the various ways that it is explored, Petrarchan lovers, courtly love, eros and agape; the gender roles imposed upon the characters; the juxtaposition of fate and free will; oppositions as a tool to explore polarizing concepts; the main protagonists, how they are presented and their relationships. In the next video we will briefly delve into the plot summary and major events of each act in the play to prepare ourselves for what's to come.